You're watching Root You, thanks to Mazda 3.
Thank you. Thanks, James, and thanks for all coming along this evening. Thank you for the opportunity to the board to come along and speak. I've actually just spoken to the board earlier today, and when I was asked to speak on the 2010 season and what's coming up, and it's a question I've been asked a lot, and I wish I knew the answer. But what we are entering is what a great ex-coach of mine always used to call the unknown. And the unknown's, it's a tough place. It's that nervous place where you don't know what's going to happen. And we just spent a great 7 days on the Gold Coast, an exceptional football camp where the players excelled in all areas. And that Thursday that's just passed really marked the end of our pre-season. And we declared the pre-season over. We've talked a lot this pre-season, and I don't apologise for that. And I'd actually ask your help, as probably our most loyal supporters, that we talk this football club up. I think for too long people have talked us down, and this is a fantastic football club for a lot of reasons. And when we started this pre-season, we set some pretty clear objectives, and number one of those objectives was really redefining what it means to be a North Melbourne person. Now, we've demanded a high-performance culture from our players, and we're absolutely delighted with the way they've responded. The start of this pre-season, I really wasn't sure whether our players really knew the meaning of high performance and just what it took to be a high-performance professional athlete. The end of the Gold Coast camp, I said to them all to a man, I think they now have a very good understanding after a very tough 7 days and a very tough pre-season, just what it takes to be a professional footballer in the modern era. Now we have a group of 46 players that I'm extremely proud of, and I'd like you guys to be proud of them too, because they are an exceptional bunch. We have 32 players on our list who are first, second, third or fourth year of a total list of 46. So you can see from the numbers that 32 players, first, second, third, fourth year, a lot of those are going to be playing in our senior team each week. Now, I only mention that because, in my view, it's extremely exciting. We have some exceptional talent in that group of 32 players, and now it's up to myself and to the other coaching staff to extract that talent. Now, it's a term or a saying I often use with the players, and that football is full of highs and lows, but trust me, there are a lot more lows than highs. I know you know that as supporters, because the highs are so unbelievably high, but the lows are pretty low too. And we are going to experience lows throughout this year, there's no doubt about that. But simple mathematics suggests that there are going to be lows. There are 16 teams in the competition, one team wins it. 15 are feeling pretty bad about themselves in September. There are 22 players who play each week. We've got 46 players on our list. So there are at least 20 players walking around the club feeling hard done by and feeling pretty low. And as supporters, we have tough times, but the most loyal group of supporters that are in this room tonight, I really implore you to, wherever possible, talk about this club in glowing terms, because we really do have to redefine what it means to be a North Melbourne person. And that redefining of the Shinboner spirit, which I believe has been misinterpreted for a long time, and I thank Greg Ryan up the back there for bringing that to my attention, because the Shinboner spirit is something we should all be very, very proud of. But other people talk about Shinboner occasionally in derogatory terms, and we can't have that. We've got to turn this club back to what the Shinboner spirit really is, and it's all those great things, but it does not relate to battling, struggling, underperforming. Let's talk about all the good things that Shinboner spirit means. And it's up to us, the really core of the North Melbourne Football Club, to really promote that image. And I think we've done that very successfully over the pre-season. In closing, how are we going to go? Well, all I can say is that I'm extremely excited. We have players that I said to the board, we had players that I thought were good players. They're much better than that. We've set no limitations on what this club can achieve this year. The term rebuilding, developing are banned at Arden Street. We don't talk about that. We are a very talented football team that is out to win every single game. And that will start round one of the NAB Cup against Geelong, we'll pick our best available team and we'll go out and we'll have a red-hot crack at that game, because we will not accept a culture of underperformance at this club. There are going to be times when the success that we define, we don't quite reach. And there are going to be times when we define a game as successful, but we may not be in front at the end of the game due to certain circumstances. But we will never, ever tolerate underperformance. And you will never hear me use the term developing team, because what we have is a team that's capable of great things. And I hope, and I'm sure everyone in this room hopes, that we reach those this year. Thank you.
Thanks for watching RooTube, proudly brought to you by Mazda 3.